Hey guys, Forcepoint Studios here, back with more Spellweaver. It's Atkst and Frosty.
Frosty and Atkst. One day you'll learn.
Never. Never! Today we have for you Reanimator Control.
Sounds very obnoxious for your opponent.
It's just a bit. So, it's once again an Enoch Steel Horror list. So this one is vastly different.
Surprising.
So, 3 distant expeditions, which helps us find our reanimates and, pitch the cards that we want to reanimate thanks to them all going to the graveyard once this is sacrificed. For New Horizons, we generally only want 2 corruption levels, 1 wisdom level, but sometimes you want that 3rd corruption level to just cast Bezarok. So having all 4 is pretty good for that. 3 Renovation Facility. This is an excellent anti-aggro card that has some small synergies with our airship explorers. 2 Eleanor Maggie Adept. Channeling, it fetches a Reanimate, and then it casts that Reanimate on the back of its energy. That's why this card exists.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much, actually.
But, I mean, Word of Pain was changed, so that's the sole reason that Eleanor exists now. Sometimes you get a, Consume Spirit and things, but 90% of the time it's Reanimate.
Pretty much.
For Airship Explorer, it draws a card and then it discards a card, and when you're trying to reanimate, discarding a card is very important. And as said, with the Renovation Facility, you can use one of the drones to make it a 3/3 that makes a drone every turn. So there's that too. For Noxious Fumes, it's 1 mana to kill a creature. 3 Consume Spirits. It kills a creature and helps get damage in later in the game, and we are going up to 2 corruption levels, sometimes 3, so it's excellent for us. 3 Eternal Servitude. With the change, the change doesn't matter too much, that it's 1 corruption now and 1 generic and not 2 corruption. But this is a very good card paired with Enoch, because you can use his ability to sacrifice like Succubus or Bezarok, and then you can spend 2 more mana for 4 mana total to just reanimate it back.
That's dirty.
It's pretty dirty. So it's like a full mana cheaper than Reanimate, with this small downside of being a slave and having to die this turn. But since we can time the deaths ourselves rather easily, it's a really good card. 2 Bloodwitch Harpy. Makes sacrifice a level 1 hero each turn. Very good for anti-aggro. And it can give us a bit of mana when combined with Renovation Facility. 4 Reanimates. That's in the name of the deck. 4 Reanimates. 1 Infernal Tribute. The enemy hero sacrifices 2 creatures. It's good when they have 2 big threats that you can't deal with otherwise. 4 Succubus. Drains 3 when it enters, and it's a flying 3/3. 4 Bezarok Abyss Gatekeeper. He does a ton.
Quite a bit.
So the first few times you reanimate them, generally you're going to use the top ability because it makes them sack their field, especially if you can double it up thanks to Enoch sacrificing them and then reanimating them again. And then after that, you can set him up so when he dies, you get to summon demons. Sometimes Succubus, sometimes you need to fill it out somewhere else, like Bloodwitch Harpy in a level 1 or something like that. So there's quite a lot that he can do. And for skill shrines, we only have 2 Sanctum of the Voids. The enemy hero sacrifices a creature. Probably the best skill shrine in the game. We're running 2. So with that, we'll see how it goes in Game 1. Game 1 against Budinha.
Budina.
I think we can keep this.
I would probably not.
It's got the Distant Expedition.
It does, but
yeah,
I honestly...
it's pretty terrible after that, so draw again.
See, I think that's a little better, honestly.
It is.
Plus you got 2
we do
Reanimates.
still only have the 1 shrine, but we do have the Airship Explorer.
We could probably...
Eternal Servitude is the worst.
Well, I don't know about the worst.
The worst in that hand.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
Now it's the 2nd Bezarok.
Yep. Again, maybe not the worst, but...
At the moment.
Yes.
It changes. The 0/3. We unfortunately cannot Noxious Fumes that, but I don't know why we'd want to. Because it's a 0/3.
No biggie.
Come on, Wisdom.
I think it was the right choice to draw again, personally.
I believe so. We got the Airship Explorer and a Bezarok and a Reanimate. There's not much more you can ask for.
That's a lie.
Especially the second Reanimate. Like, that's all you'd want. That's getting noxious.
That's gonna get noxious fumed, yes. Bye-bye.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye. I think once again it's going to be Eternal Servitude. Sad as that is.
I mean, it'll come in handy later.
It will.
Too bad two of them are at the bottom of your damn library.
Well, I mean, we're cycling through with Divine Offerings quite a bit, so they'll move up. And eventually you'll just hit a new horizons and then it'll all be shuffled. Who knows how it'll end up.
I guess. Ooh.
4 mana.
2, 3,
Griffin Rider.
Griffin.
Can I compete with our Airship Explorer?
I think it can. Except, not really. But it can. But not really.
3 speed, we can't block it, unfortunately.
No.
I'm not too worried about losing this, so I didn't draw, discard immediately.
You're going to regret that.
I mean, if he all of a sudden shows a Dominion Shrine and an Assassinate, yeah, but so far it doesn't seem that way.
Well, I guess not. Looks mono-white.
On order.
Oof.
Soldiers, we can't quite clear that all out with when Bezarok comes down. He'll be
No.
left with one of them.
It's a lot of things at once. No.
Draw card. Discard card. Look at that, we even got an Eleanor to get one of our Reanimates back.
Which is freaking amazing.
So, Reanimate.
Nah.
Bezarok. Sack creatures with combined level of at least 3. Those are all level 1 creatures. So he's going down to 1.
I'm very curious how he's going to, or she, will deal with this. Actually.
Say Griffin Rider would be the best.
It's also exhausted right now, so yeah. Plus, I mean...
We're not attacking in. We could attack in for 1, but
No.
it doesn't seem worth it.
Well, I mean, I guess it kind of depends on how he sacks. It could be worth it.
I
Well,
think drawing and discarding.
Yeah, I
favor
guess-
a little more over 1 damage.
I guess.
Clears the front board.
Ooh, ends up keeping the Griffin Rider. The Griffin.
Could have attacked in there for 1, but yeah, the drawing I think is more worth it.
Well, you do have... Like, you're right. I mean, you do have the Eleanor and Reanimate. So, it might be worthwhile.
Touch of Light.
Ugh.
Ooh.
It's probably why they kept the Griffin Rider.
Unfortunately, we're just going to
Yep.
reanimate him again, but
He doesn't know that yet.
He doesn't know that.
Probably
Maybe the
Wisdom
Wisdom.
Shrine.
It's a little boring. So we do lose Bezarok.
Yay!
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately? What do you mean, unfortunately?
Well, from his opinion.
Oh, yes. I was going to
He's
say...
got a free trade there. It'll be a shame once he comes back.
Yeah, I was about to say, that would be very fortuitous of us. For us. Fortunate.
Fortunately, that's 3 level 1 creatures.
Yep.
And we know what happens to 3 level 1 creatures when Bezarok comes back.
Yep.
They vanish.
Forfeit. I mean, we've been getting a lot of wins with forfeits lately.
That really does seem to be the case. Renovation facility.
Nice.
And... boom.
You monster.
Oil.
Nice. You monster. You got rid of your Airship Explorer?
Well, there's another one right here.
I guess.
Bezarok was already moved to the graveyard. I don't think you can get rid of him from there. Victory!
Resign. Nice.
We cleaned that out rather well.
I mean, 2 Bezarok. It's kind of...
Bezarok, and even if we dealt with it, we could have
Yeah.
Eleanor'd Bezarok again.
really annoying.
So yeah, see how it goes in Game 2. Game 2 against Squead. Squad.
Yeah.
Squad.
I don't know.
Squad.
You can
I
probably
think we
keep
keep
this. 3 succubus. I just noticed that. My eyes were focused on the shiny new horizon.
Yeah, Shiny New Horizons. Come on, card.
Well, we can probably get rid of
Yeah.
1 succubus.
It's probably fine to get rid of just one.
Yeah, it should be just fine.
It'll be K.
Squad's turn.
It'll be a zombie legionnaire. Or is it gonna be
Ooh.
Wisdom. It's gonna be New Horizons.
Wisdom, corruption, and yeah, of course it's going to be New Horizons.
I mean, you never know. It could have been something weird.
No, it wasn't, and you know it.
I mean, there's the energy card, and there's the slow tutor card that we're playing. That's about the only other cards I think you'd play turn 1 in Wisdom.
Maybe.
What's the worst here?
Succubus
I
or
think it is
Consume
Consume
Spirit,
Spirit.
but I would go with Consume Spirit.
Oh, this is tempting. Do we want Sanctum?
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. We can go for Blood Witch Harpy next turn. Depending if he plays the level 1 creature or not, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, Airship Explorer.
Woo, woo.
Gotta dig through our cards.
I really want to know what our opponent's playing. In Wisdom and Corruption.
I mean, yeah, it's almost like we're playing a Wisdom and Corruption list. Could be playing something similar.
Could be.
Rune of Insight. Ooh, a Nightbringer. Some kind of mill deck by the looks of it.
So far, yep.
I mean, it could just be demons, but probably with playing a bunch of level 1s, it's probably closer to mill. Fortunately, Blood Witch Harpy. Very good answer to that.
Deal with it.
Deal with it. 2-3. A 2-3 is just not what corruption can deal with easily. Good old third point.
Yeah, I
of
guess that's
toughness.
true, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's at least 2 turns until you can get a consume up there.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Sanctum of the Void. And unless he has double Noxus Fumes into this, it's just going to be annoying.
Yeah, I don't know about double noxiousing. I mean, it
Depends on what your deck is. Whether
it really-
you need to
yeah,
double
it really-
Noxus Fumes of Blood Witch Harpy.
Oh, I just realized they're playing like, I think it must have been
Oh.
a 70 card deck.
Probably mill then.
Probably mill.
Give yourself the edge. I have more cards than you, therefore you'll mill out faster.
Yeah. That is not how at all. That's not at all how my only spell removal deck works.
Only removal spells deck.
That draw you a card.
Yeah, you
that
just-
mills you faster.
Just play 69 cards and just all removal spells. So if you face 1 turn heal, well, you're screwed, but that deck's kind of dead.
Yeah.
So you just kill all their things repeatedly until it's good.
Ooh, a 2-1.
He's hiding
Onto
it.
the back line.
I mean, yeah, otherwise we're just going to eat it.
Yep.
Here, what do we go for? I think the Airship Explorer.
We'll probably just go for that.
Come on.
Renovation
I think, yeah.
Expedition. One of the two, anyways.
There's what we wanted.
Yep.
If we had just done that first, we could have discarded it. Oh well.
Oh well.
We do need the Reanimate still, so.
That's how the cookie crumbles.
And I forgot to attack for 2. We had free attacks, and I screwed it up.
Nah. What's the worst that could happen?
That we lose when he's at 2 life.
That would suck.
Each hero sacrifices
Oh.
an artifact.
Looks like they played another hero ability from a shrine. Oh,
Ooh,
there we go.
Mausoleum of the Damned.
I was wondering which one it was.
Man, that combined with Entangle just is shenanigans. For when you really want something dead.
Yeah, it's true, actually, I guess.
Slow him right down so I can murder him. Oh! Wow.
That,
Even he could deal with 4 speed threats with that combination.
That's awesome.
You can shrink them all the way down to 1 speed. I don't know when you'd ever need to do that, but
When you're extremely desperate, I guess.
And that Herald of Despair, all of a sudden, that 2 speed. It's too good.
This is a very interesting deck, actually. I've never seen a deck that slows you down so much.
Once again, we don't have any artifacts, so not really worried about him. He must really not like artifacts.
Apparently.
Eleanor. Ooh.
Damn, that sucks. That really sucks.
Luckily, we have a shrine right here.
Luckily.
It does cost us 2 mana, though. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And those are both... Actually, why didn't he destroy our Airship Explorer?
Shh. Because you made a misplay, they made a misplay, we all made a misplay.
We all make misplays.
And now we can use a Consume Spirit onto a Blood Witch. And then...
Beats.
Get some beats. Well...
I totally forgot Airship Explorer was an artifact, but yeah, that's something that he definitely should have removed from us. And it actually means I'm going to use this now. Let's put Bezarok back in there. Oh, just an Expeditions. Nice.
Nice.
Come on, Reanimate. And serve Noxus Fumes.
It's something.
It is something. Hands from Beyond is probably for the Titan. I forgot what his name is. Deathbound Incarnate. It would be only a 2/2 at the moment. But easier to get in with a 2-speed that mills based on attack, if that is the case. So he's going to use both abilities. Ah, just enough to Noxus Fumes.
Bleh.
And a Void Touch Subordinate. Yeah, we don't want any of those.
Nope.
Just getting in. Are you going to Noxus Fumes this?
I'm waiting for it. There it is.
If you don't have it, that looks really silly. Especially since you just lose your Void Touch Subordinate. So... I think we just go for a Succubus here. Emma has that. And... yeah. Shrine. He's gonna mill some cards. Ooh. Yeah, there's a Deathbound Incarnate. It's even foil. Swamp Guide's Emissary. I mean, yeah, he returns both his artifact hate cards so far from what we've seen.
There's a snowstorm in there, too.
Was there a snowstorm?
Yeah, fairly soon, yeah.
Snowstorm.
This is a very interesting...
I mean, unfortunately, we have an Airship Explorer.
Well, yeah.
Which handles snowstorms quite well. But not the artifact removal that he's been packing. I'm so confused by that.
I mean, I remember you had to explain to me a long time ago that Airship Explorer was an artifact, and I was just like,
well, yeah, he's
what?
got the border, but it's just not as noticeable as when they're over here with their different border, where it's like off silver and like off gold. But it's got the artifact top, which you can't even zoom in on. Reanimate.
Reanimate.
He found his Reanimate first.
Maybe, probably.
I mean, what else could it be? Can't block that.
Dude, you're not going to be able to block anything.
No, we're not.
You're just going to be taking beats. Like, he has his side set up.
That he does.
Like, this is not great for you.
We can make him sack creature.
It's not, honestly.
The sack 2 would be very nice to follow up.
Honestly.
Next time he plays a level 1 creature.
You're just not.
That boat shuts that plan down of sacking 2.
You really are not in a very great spot right now, I'm not going to lie.
Ooh, Blood Witch Harpy.
Which
if there was a card that was going to help dig us out of that, it's Blood Witch Harpy. Eternal Servitude, sorry, but you're just not good enough. Yeah, we're going to sack this, draw a card, we're going to take that Noxus Fumes, get another Airship Explorer. We're going to Noxus Fumes that. Draw a card, discard a card. really like that reanimate. So we mills, we deal with that level 1 shenanigans by making him sack 1. So we can hopefully line this up before that grows too big of a problem. Deathbound Incarnate moving in. We can only hope that he hits a few more Bezaroks for us and no reanimates. Actually, no, he can hit reanimate. We have an Eleanor in hand.
I was gonna say
Fire away.
I was gonna say he can hit one.
Fire away.
Because you have a Bezarok, a Reanimate, and
another Bezarok.
I think there's a Blood Witch, or no.
The Blood Witch died.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah, that's.
So I think it's the 2 Bezaroks and the
Succubus. Wait, no. Right, you used the Succubus earlier.
No, that's still there.
Oh, it is. Okay.
I think that Reanimate may have been there, and we weren't paying too much attention to the Eleanor. I think that was milled earlier.
Was it?
And I just didn't catch it.
Oh.
And he sleeped both of those. Interesting.
Double Noxious. You could get rid of one of them.
Yeah, unfortunately, the double Noxious is no longer going to compete with that 6/6.
Reluctantly. Not reluctantly, unfortunately.
Actually, that may have been wrong. Because we could have double Noxious and then sacked the creature. So now, do we have Noxious Fumes here? We do. So then we're going to Eleanor. Actually, no, Reanimate.
Bezarok.
Bezarok deals with both of those.
I don't know what you're thinking right now.
I'm overthinking everything.
Why?
Gotta spend all that mana because we're gonna have Sacrifice her. Sacrifice creatures with combined level 3.
I'm
Look
sorry.
at that.
I wasn't saying anything because I was trying to follow your train of thought. Because I mean,
Well, my train of thought was wrong. Come now, Frosty. You should have known that.
I kind of did, and I was just about to say anything until you caught it yourself.
Should we tap for 1? Nah, let's draw.
Just draw a card. That's what Airship Explorer is there for.
Goodbye, Airship Explorer. You shall not be missed, because there's already one here. I mean, it was foil and shiny, but it's better.
Monster. Should be able to deal with anything that comes your way. Consume Spirit, Noxious Fume, Bezarok.
Soul Prison.
Soul Prison.
Sanctum of the Void, Soul Prison, whatever.
Same thing.
Ancient Ruins! It's getting quite a bit of... Ooh, Mausoleum. Because it's going to get quite a bit of value out of that. Entangle? Is that what he's planning? Oh, he's thinking what to shrink. Oh. But do you have the Noxious Fumes again? It's necessary. Do you have the Noxious Fumes?
Yeah.
I mean, probably. He's gonna power discharge some creature to give ours -2/-2.
I mean, it's not really a Noxious Fumes, but it's kind of a Noxious Fumes.
I mean, it does replace, so yeah, it's a really expensive Noxious Fumes, but it's 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's planning here.
Yeah, no idea.
I mean, if you need to, but yeah, then you've sacked a creature to deal with the creature that would just make you sack that anyway. So if you've really gotten value. Oh, he can only hit one of our creatures.
You know what? That's not an interaction I action you, to be honest with you, because I've never thought about it.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna consume Spirit. That way he can't really get value out of that. I mean, you can shrink it back down to negate the consumed Spirit. Yeah. 5 beats.
Yeah.
Succubus.
Yeah.
Make him sack the creature.
You are once again in a very dominating spot. You turned it around.
I believe we have.
Well, I mean, earlier on, you know, when Squead, I don't know, got everything out, it was just like, oh crap, I don't know if you're gonna have this game, but
We've dug ourselves out of the hole.
quite impressed actually. The damn Reanimate that just had to be in the graveyard.
It was probably there for a while, and we just...
Shh.
We
That
did-
damn Reanimate that just had to be in our graveyard.
Good old Eleanor. Reanimate! Gets him! Hopefully something that's not going to immediately disappear to the soul prison. That's all I can say. You better have something to follow that up with, because otherwise it's just going to vanish.
Mm-hmm. Another
Sleep.
sleep.
That's not a creature, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm worried about a creature. Specifically, just a creature. There we go.
There's a creature.
That is a problem. Is it a problem we can get around? Probably. None.
I'm not gonna lie. I like our opponent's deck here. I honestly like it. It's different.
So I think what we do is we...
No. Yeah.
Bezarok.
Yeah.
And then reanimate. I mean, there's multiple in there, so that's why I was thinking that maybe we sack this to get a bit of extra value, but it's not really a point. We could have also just Nox fumed Soul Prison, but 5. Actually, that route may have got us the win. Ah, well. It'll do. Actually, so see, there's just so many misplays that I'm seeing.
You've only had like
Could have just had a 4/4 beat in instead.
I think this game I noticed was it 3 or 4 misplays? Three
So
for
many.
3 for sure that I can think off the top of my head.
There was
Probably-
3 right there.
Well. Hey.
Victory.
Okay, so there was like 5 for sure misplays in game 2,
Probably.
but we
Hopefully
still
we
ended
can
up winning.
play a little tighter in game 3. Game 3 against Flash Bits.
Why are you whispering that?
Because it's funnier that way. And we're keeping this. Because we got Sanctum of the Void, New Horizons, and a Wisdom Shrine.
And noxious fumes.
And a Bezarok.
And a Bezarok. And you were whispering, so I had to be yelling.
Yes. Clearly.
Had to be.
It was forced. It was required by law.
You been drinking again?
No.
Oh. You sure?
I mean, pretty sure.
Well, it's not a no. Get rid of that other soul prism because we already used soul
Yeah,
prism.
we've already got it. We don't need our extra soul prisms.
Useless.
Unfortunately, we can't put a second one here. Because otherwise, yeah, that would be broken.
No, they could share the same cooldown. In which
I
case,
guess, yeah.
It would be...
In which case it would be... But that would be horrible for when you
I
need
know.
to spend it as mana, and you haven't found your, like, second skill shrine if you're
Well,
running it.
I guess that's true. Noxious fumes that now. Just gone.
No.
Oh, hey, there we go. We replaced
Doom
it.
Spirit is
Yep.
probably the worst here.
Grab a corruption.
Yeah. Nobody likes Foundry Engineers. It lives, and your day is ruined.
Mm-hmm. Noxious fumes that. That's gone. No.
Yeah, that's gone too. You can't play with that either.
And I mean, if they get something else, you have Soul Prism.
I was
next.
tempted to use Soul Prison there, just because the Noxious Fumes could target something else later.
I guess, yeah.
But I don't think it was worth it.
No.
We do still have the Consume Spirit, and we can just Soul Prisons that.
Yeah, I mean,
Or do we just play Succubus?
could probably just play Succubus,
Yeah.
honestly.
23. If he kills this, well, he kills this. Fireball is most of his mana, so we don't have to be too worried about this getting too out of hand. Fire blast!
Using a fire blast for just a succubus would sure suck if you gotta reanimate right now. Damn.
It's not reanimate.
Reanimate right now.
Well, I mean, you can sack a creature. Do we use this reanimate on succubus? Or do we just
honestly,
play
I would just play
Facility?
renovation facility.
I think that is correct. I mean, it'd be funny, but I don't think it'd be worth it.
Yeah,
because you'd probably get fireballed again. A force field. I haven't seen that in forever.
It has.
It also shuts down.
You know what? I'd be fine with reanimating a succubus now.
Nah, I'm
Or-
just gonna cast Bezarok,
Lame.
and then I'm going to upgrade this into Golem, so we can deal the point of damage. Also, so we don't just lose to a fire blast.
Ugh. I can't believe.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I haven't seen force field in a very long
Age's
time. now.
Wisdom. Does he use that to access energy burst? That's very interesting. I mean, they do share the same cooldown time, but 3 mana for 2 energy just doesn't seem as good.
Eleanor.
Especially since you're out of energy for whatever you're gonna cast.
Okay, nothing.
Eleanor can unfortunately...
I mean, you could have probably divined offering your wisdom shrine for a corruption shrine, and then consume spirit Eleanor.
Actually, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to sack
Ah,
Bezarok,
gotcha. That works.
and then we're going to get... probably an Azaris.
Yeah, that works.
Then we're gonna reanimate
Yeah,
Bezarok.
that works. And yeah, once again.
Beat. Actually, is it worth beating like this? I think it is.
Once again.
I mean, we could miss with the Azaris, but we're milling 5 cards, so... Or 4 cards, I guess, still. They're all 2 power. They're all 2 power. Not enough to kill her. Force field, however, might die this turn.
That was your own fault. Honestly, I would have just...
Well, we could have got for the guaranteed, or...
I would have gone for the guarantee personally, because Eleanor
I
still
figured
has a 3 energy
there was
up.
enough, like Fire Blasts and Eleanor's, that we weren't going to miss. Like
Well.
Fireballs, too. So that's whatever. Boop. She ceases to exist. Which is fine. Didn't need to exist anyway. That's a lot of things. Be a shame if someone were to consume spirit one of those away.
I was gonna say, you could just consume spirit away, Bezarok.
So, sack a creature. Do it. Consume spirit. We have 5/5. A 5/5 is superior to a 1/4
In theory.
and can't be fireballed. He does have 3 mana open. And Distant Expedition. This golem's been putting in work.
Yeah, it's true, actually.
It's just
And
a
it's
golem,
just a
but it's been
golem.
putting in work.
But you know what? This golem's special. It wasn't produced at like a factory or anything. It was combined. It transformed. It merged. It
Yeah,
fusioned.
That's the word you're looking for.
I was running out of synonyms. For
So, once again, we shall sacrifice Bezarok. I mean, what is he doing, right? He's actually an Azaris in disguise. And then we're gonna Eternal Servitude back our Bezarok. So once again, going to be summoning demons. He really likes the summoning demons thing. It's kind of his shtick.
Holy crap.
Beats.
I'd be so annoyed right about now.
The force field ceases to exist. And see, there's multiple 3 damage targets. Succubus.
Wow. And
Oh yeah.
I think that's more or less going to be game.
That's a pretty winning position, yes.
That is a pretty strong winning position.
Grand Institute. The Apocalypse!
Oh, snap!
I mean, 3 damage in that, because that's a succubus trigger, so that's already won us the game. And then 2 damage there.
Snap.
And 3 damage there.
I mean, it's not really...
And then we're just going to get a
anything,
succubus from that.
That was awesome!
The Apocalypse!
Woo! Alright,
yeah.
well...
That was a very good Apocalypse for us.
That was awesome.
And with that, we've managed to take 3 games.
Yes! A lot of misplays, though. In game 2, anyways.
Yeah. Just misplaced on deck.
The other games didn't really matter too much. Game 2 was But, all in all, it still won. That's all that matters.
Yes. In the end, we still came out victorious. So, we'll see you all next time.
See ya.
Bye.